How's it going, everyone? Sessiion here. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV, the official Dawntrail story. We are now going to be setting off our journey to Kozamauka. I've been quite content waiting here, banding on the third promises coin, but it seems you're ready to ask your questions now. So, what is it you'd like to know? The route to Akanu. We go south through the Arch of the Dawn, then follow the road which runs alongside the Kozamauka River. Is that right? It is. Be warned, however, my brethren tell me the recent storm has rendered the path even muddier than usual. The footing is quite poor in some parts. Far worse was the destruction visited upon our homes, though. Houses were torn apart, and several people injured if not killed. Even our beloved festival is in danger of being called off this year. If you do still plan on going, I must urge you to proceed with caution. We'll be sure to watch our footing, thank you. Now I'm worried for the Hanu. It sounds like they were hit hard by that storm. Anyway, if we're about to Kozamauka, we should head over to the Arch. It's actually such a good song. This may actually take over to being like one of the best soundtrack ratios ever. My goodness. Are we all ready to leave? Then onward to Kozamauka. Open the way.
Kozamauka, the land of rainbow terraces. It commands the gaze of all who visit without fail. The many-colored marvel. An endless torrent of water cascades over sheer cliffs to shape the wetlands below. To its relentless flow, all life must yield. Together with Wuklamat, we proceeded along the Marshy Trail, a road upon which the Dawn Servant and his comrades once traveled.
Look at those falls. Even from this distance, you can feel the weight of that water.
The Isle of Han was impressive, but as you can see, Tulihiola does not want for natural wonders.
The ground is swampy, so watch your step. You wouldn't want to fall into a bog.
I won't. I told you I've been here before. Come on. Okanu isn't much farther.
There's no stopping her promise, is there? A good thing she has Aaron votes to keep her from getting lost. For all his grumbling, he's certainly here for her. Everyone should be so lucky to have such a loyal childhood friend. Right, let's get moving. If we continue along this road, we should find ourselves in the village before long. look at the trouble, huh? Ah, everyone has arrived, and none the worse for wear, except for a certain third promise who slipped in the mud despite my explicit warnings. Hey, I asked you not to say anything. Anyway, this is the Hanu village I was telling you about, Akhanu. We'll come up, which they get off from people. It's like our friend said, the people are in no mood for festivities. I can only assume they're still recovering from the damage wrought by the storm. Indeed. Well, let's do what we came to do and find this elector. Oho Kali. Oho what now? It's a Hanu greeting. Surely you heard it the last time you were here. Well, I was busy enjoying the festival. Greetings to the Third Promise and her entourage. I, Zanuhali, welcome you to Akhanu. As elder of my people, I shall also be fulfilling the duties of elector during the rite of succession. I'm ready. Give me the fee and test my worth. All in good time, all in good time. In fact, I came to let you know that we are not quite ready to begin. For the moment, please enjoy the hospitality of our village. Right then, it helped to do some investigating at Wanchunpelo, so let's take a look around here as well. Might I suggest a division of forces? For instance, Aaronville Alize Kryl could concentrate on the southern half of the settlement. Meanwhile, Wuklama, Adele, and myself will handle the northern half. Sounds good to me. Oh no. The gaping hole in the wall and missing portion of the roof are clearly the work of the storm's powerful winds. Repairs appear to be ongoing. Heard about the storm? I've never seen the likes of it before. With the supplies and help the Dawntrail sent, we're making progress repairing and rebuilding our homes. But while roofs and walls can be patched, there's so much else that was lost for good. A lot of houses are still damaged, and the Han I've spoken to are not their usual cheery selves. That storm broke more than wood and reeds. There must be something else we can do to help them. I'm going to look around a bit more. The dry and shrunken bundles suggest the reeds were harvested some time ago. What's this way? Same manner of boat? Some manner of boat? Woven from reeds, this boat-like vessel is reminiscent of a bird. The beak and feathered tail in particular stand out. Oh yeah. This boat must be woven from the same reeds I've seen gathered into bundles here and there. The plants hold both practical and cultural significance to the Hanu then. Hello? Can you all hear me? I'm told they're ready to receive us now. Come to the large building in the south of the village. On my way. We got to hurry over too.
No sign of Zorolja or that oversized lout.
How much easier it would be if Zorolja were to fail here. But that isn't likely to happen.
Honored guests, I am Zanuhali, Elder of the Hanu. I am also an elector, charged with judging which among you is worthy of ascending the throne. Without further ado, let us talk of the feat.
Not so fast. Surely you couldn't begin without us.
He made it after all.
No need to fuss. There is no time limit for this challenge. Now, if you would allow me to proceed. It is here, in Okanu, where my people forged a bond with the Dawn Servant during our own chapter of the Tural Saga. In homage to those events, I have prepared for you the Feat of Reeds.
Reeds seem to be of great importance to the Hanu. I wonder what this feat entails.
We use reeds in every part of our lives, be it as food or weaving material. But look around the nearby paddies, and you will see that this season, our crops are failing. How fortunate, then, that my appointment to Elector coincided with this predicament. For surely, those who aspire to be Dawn Servant would find the matter of an ailing harvest a mere trifle to resolve.
Aye, well, it is indeed the duty of a ruler to address the people's woes.
Exactly, exactly. Do well in this, and you will earn my keystone.
Why bother mucking about in the mud when we can take the stone by force?
Oh, mercy me! You are a hot-headed fellow, Bakul Jaja. Some electors may enjoy going toe-to-toe with scrappers like you, but I refuse to entertain your base instincts. Arrangements have been made. Should you attempt to engage a feat giver in combat without their consent, word of your immediate disqualification will be sent to the palace. If you're still feeling feisty, then by all means, draw your weapon.
This contest is presided over by cowards. There's no sport in fighting you.
Then we can return to the business of earning my keystone. The feat of reeds is begun. Claimants, I wish you the best of luck.
The clever kitty crossed the seas to study foreign novelties. He might know tricks we don't. Tricks we can use.
What of Little Miss Mittens?
You know the answer to that. Compared to the first and second promise, she's a distant third. Not even in the running.
Then we see eye to eye on this, brother. Being Bakul Jaja so long with me has rubbed off on you. These allies of hers, though, they might be a problem.
Damn it! I'm just as qualified to be here as they are. I'll show them.
Easy now. There's no time limit, remember? Let's keep calm and think things through.
Right. You're right. I won't win against that lumbering Vidrol by losing my head.
We'll show them. The feat of reeds. I don't know the first thing about farming, but if there's a way to save the harvest and help the Hanu, then we're going to find it. I'll make Bakul Jaja eat his words. Understanding the nature of the problem will be the key to solving it. We need to examine the reeds themselves, and then deduce the cause of their poor condition. Erinville, will you take us to the fields where the reeds are grown? Of course. Follow me. You can all stand back. I'll get to the bottom of this problem in no time. Give me strength. Let's all of us scour the fields and help our bold leader identifying anything unusual. As Zenohali described, the reeds appear wilted and unhealthy. The water contains no obvious contaminants and looks fresh and clear at a cursory glance. A small frog catches your eye. Strangely lackadaisical, it doesn't even bother to hop when it eventually scurries away. The soil in the patties is as one would expect, rich in color and suitably moist, not dry or flaky. Oh, a water strider. A bit sluggish though, more of a water shambler. Not amiss with the patties themselves as far as I can tell. Any luck? Seen enough? I'll get everyone together, and we can share our discoveries. Well, what do we think? Any obvious problems? Too much water. I agree. The water should be of good quality, as does the mud in which the reeds have been planted. The frogs and insects are unusually torpid. This suggests a problem is affecting not only the reeds, but also the creatures which live among them. Could something invisible to the naked eye be polluting the water? We would need an alchemist to know for certain. I don't have much to add about the fields, but something else occurs to me. When you were describing how the creatures seemed lifeless, I couldn't help but be reminded of all the listless villagers. They suffered a terrible tragedy, I know, but there is another reason for their flagging spirits, I believe. Go on. The festival. This is traditionally an occasion for celebration and renewal, so without it, the Hanu are struggling even to recover more. The last time I visited, the village was in the middle of the festivities. You'll never see the Hanu more joyful and alive. It's an indispensable part of their culture, and its absence will only compound their woes. So I say we help them put on their festival. Give them a reason to cheer in these sad times. Who knows, maybe fixing one problem could lead to a solution for the other. Stranger things have happened. Right? I fail to see the relation between festivals and fields. Let's not be too hasty in dismissing the idea. Things which seem unrelated can later prove to be connected in surprising ways. True, and being bereft of ideas as we are, any proposal is worth entertaining. I suppose. Besides, this is Muklamot's journey. It's only right that we follow her lead. Thanks, everyone. By the way, does anyone know where the festival float is? It's like a boat woven from reeds that looks like a bird. It's back at the village. And that big building to the north? Let's go and see it. There's much less debate when I'm traveling alone. Dude, this music is so top notch. I love it. Look at the size of that thing. I hope you don't expect me to help carry it. The handles gave me pause before, but now I understand their purpose. What a charming float. I wonder what bird was the inspiration for its design. I've never been here during festival season, so this is all news to me too. Yes, this is the float I remember. Does it not appear somewhat damaged to you? We should take a closer look. Inspecting the float. Oh dear, one of the bird's eyes seems to be missing a gemstone. Oh, that's definitely broken. How will they lift this great big vessel without all the carrying poles intact? These tail feathers have been seen better days. I swear the colors were a lot brighter the last time I saw them. Well, I think we can all agree this bird boat is in dire need of repairs. Now, how do we go about fixing it? What is going on here? We were admiring your festival float. 'Tis a shame it's in such a poor state. Due to the recent storm, I gather? Yes, we have had to leave it exposed while we ushered our people to safety. With the float in this condition, there can be no lifting of wings, no Ikihana. Ikihana! That's what the festival is called. I want to help you hold it. Have you not seen our village? Homes are ruined. We're struggling to make repairs, and you want us to hold the harvest festival? I know how it sounds, but giving into misery never improved anyone's situation. A celebration of life and growth may help give you the strength to work through this tragedy. The role of festival leader is mine this year, and there's nothing I would like more than to lift everyone's spirits. But we don't even have enough material to repair the float. We need a boxica for the missing eye, upio wood for the poles, and feathers from the winds chosen to adorn the tail. 2 of these I know. Aboxia is a type of precious stone used in arcane equipment, and Ipo wood is essential for crafting ceremonial instruments. These chosen feathers, however. The winds chosen is the victor of a competition in which the contestants can see who can blow a feather the furthest using wind magics, and that's something of a problem right now. We Hanu are gifted at employing such airy sorceries, but expend a great deal of mana when doing so. We are soon exhausted by the effort, and having no reeds to eat will only make it harder. I think I understand. Your vibrant reeds grow quickly and vigorously, so much that they stifle the development of nearby plants. They must be a potent source of energies you naturally lack. They are indeed. Owing to the poor harvest this year, we've been left enervated, and if we cannot gather the correct materials as dictated by the customs, we cannot repair the festival float. Oddly enough, we may have just stumbled upon our solution. The winds chosen would, by necessity, have a natural gift for manipulating magical energies, which means any feathers taken from the victor should be high in ethereal conductivity. The float's construction also requires a stone used in arcane equipment, as well as timber favored for ceremonial tools. The demand for such specific materials must have an underlying reason. The float might also function as an arcane device. Precisely what I was thinking. This boat of reeds is in fact an arcane focus of some kind. A focus for what? Oh, Ikihana is a harvest festival, isn't it? That must mean the float was made to encourage healthy crops. So if we repair the boat and hold the festival, its arcane powers might fix what's wrong with the reeds. We won't know until we try, but 'tis a sound theory. Celebration, prayer, ritual ceremonies, these all have been known to elicit miraculous effects. Wait. The float? A tool for magic? This is the first I'm hearing of it. In the beginning, it may not will have been. After a good harvest year, there would be no reason to change it. But when the harvest was poor, new adornments were likely added, and those who performed the labor may have imbued their work with ardent hopes for a brighter future. Through years of trial and error, the Hanu would have refined their festival float into a focus for harvest prayers. Incredible. I know you're practically fainting from hunger, but reviving Ikihana really does sound like the solution to all your woes, and I promise we'll do everything in our power to help you. I'm still not convinced about this focus business, but I accept your aid nonetheless. I will introduce you to the shipwright who's been maintaining the float these last few years. He's replaced both the eyes and poles before, so he should know where and how to procure what we need. Then allow Alize and I to acquire the feathers. We will encourage the people of Arcana to gather and vie for the title of Winds Chosen by sharing with them our own reserves and mana. I'll go with you. I carry some alchemical brews that may afford the same effect. The three of us will visit the shipper then. Not without me. I've worked hard to fix the float as best I can, and the responsibility is mine after all. I've not introduced myself, have I? My name is Linu Hanu. Nice to meet you, Linu Hanu, and certainly, let's all go together. Thanks to Woklamat, we found ourselves a promising way forward. Experience and knowledge are valuable assets, but there's something to be said for the following one's instincts. We're making progress now. The solution to Akhanu's woes is as good as bound. The shipwright's name is Wokevu. He's a Zabral who only moved to Kozamauka a few years ago, but has since mastered our customs to an almost frightening degree. He's especially strict when it comes to manners, so make sure to offer him a proper Hanu greeting. We wouldn't want to offend him right before asking a favor. A proper Hanu greeting? Oh, that one. Don't remember. I remember how it goes. Then we shouldn't have any problems. Let's head to Akbek Bay to the east of here. Very cool. Damaged here as well. Oh, it seems they have a place here where visitors can stay. Looks cozy. Look over there. Do you see that big winding staircase? Oh, I do actually. This is Akbekbe, the village of all. Those who drift into Kozamauka from Toliolo and elsewhere are welcome to live here alongside the Hanu. As for Wokevu, he lives and works in a house of waters high, at the top of that large tree nearby. Follow me, but I should warn you, to climb up the stairs can be challenging. Saga. Very cute. Oh, wow. This is high. I should mention that Wokevu isn't only a stickler for etiquette, he is also, well, you'll find out soon enough. We are hoping to enlist the man's aid, so it pays not to be rude in any case. Hokali.
What do you want with me?
Right. The greeting. Ohakali!
Oh, Kali! Good. You brought your manners with you. When you know Kano, do as the Hanu do. For a country as diverse as ours, the preservation of harmony demands that we respect the cultures of all peoples who call it home.
Well, that explains your familiarity with Hanu customs. And you speak truth, of course. To live together means to learn about each other.
I appreciate an open mind. In fact, I get the sense we've met before. You're Wuklamat. Oh, what an unexpected honor for old Wokevu. Here I am prattling on about manners, and I've gone and insulted the third promise herself. There is no excuse for this betrayal of etiquette. Please, take up your axe and claim my impudent head!
I will not. Keep your head. I hate formalities anyway, so forget about it, alright?
Alright then, consider it forgotten.
How prompt.
We're actually here about the Ihihana float. It's in bad shape, and we need you to craft new carrying poles and a new eye. I'm told you work with Uyuipo wood and a certain kind of stone? Abokisha?
That I do. But, well, I would like nothing more than to offer my services. I just used the last I had of both those materials. My lumber in particular went to fixing homes damaged by the recent storm. I'll need 10 days or so to restock.
We can't wait that long. If you tell me where to go, I'll gather them myself.
What? Send the third promise out on an errand like some common lackey? That's utterly unconscionable. A gross violation of social protocol.
I told you not to worry about such things.
All right then. I shan't worry a whit. What's with your Hanu friend there?
I am festival leader this season, and have come along to oversee the float's repair. As strange as it may sound, Wuklamat and her friends believe the float is an arcane focus, meant to encourage the growth of our struggling reeds.
Too many Hanu have forgotten, it seems. But that is indeed the true purpose of the lifting of wings. Your education is impressive, Third Promise.
Well, maybe a little.
Allow me to show you where to procure Oyuipo. We can leave the Abukisha to your friends, I presume? Take yourself to Cave Kikitola, or thereabouts, and you should find the stones you need.
I've been there once or twice. I can guide you.
That should save us some time.
All right then, let's get moving.
Chosen one of your rivals is making progress.
What a snake.
Ihiana, you say? Should our first choice fail to deliver, it might be wise to let this play out. The third-rate promise is making herself useful after all.
A rather eccentric fellow, but I feel his heart is in the right place. Cave Kikitola is southwest of Akanu. We can return to the village first, then head there on foot. It is interestingly enough that we haven't yet encountered Koana all too much, but cool is just a echo. Aim. I'm not really under the impression he gets what he wants, you know, just by brute force. The mystic side is definitely the smart half that actually, you know, thinks ahead. Just take a double check here. I almost envy how effortlessly he can shift from one mood to its polar opposite. At least I presume he does so by choice. Southwest Safer, was it? Let us be on our way. That's kind of a big bird. You don't want to mess with that thing. I see them. Look, you can see the falls at the back of the cave. These hollows must have been carved out by a constant deluge of water from above. Cave Kikitola, as promised, home to many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own search out here. You can spot raw Abokita by its green-hued glimmer. Bring anything matching that description to me. I shall have scoured the inside of the cave then. You take the west half, and I'll take the east. We have glowflies. Upon closer inspection, you find that the glimmer you spied was just light hooking off the water. Find a chunk of sun glowing a distant shade of green. This seems like the exact kind of mineral Nunahai was looking for. Awesome. I picked over the ground near the entrance but found nothing. Did you have better luck to the cave? Yes, this is a Wakisha. Along with Carl's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. The stones you brought shine very brightly. I thank you both. He would have been happy to know we were putting things right. Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be festival leader for this year's Ihihana. But when that big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on in his stead. That was why you agreed to Wuklama's request despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though, I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me, and I will walk it for myself and for my friend. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I'm certain our companions are procuring the materials as we speak. everything will come together, and the Hanu shall host a splendid uplifting festival. That we shall. With that, let us return and deliver the Abakisha into whoever's waiting hands. Up we go. We've come too far south now. The lifting of wings must go on. We need to get back ourselves. Did you find something we needed? I hope the Quan's foray was as productive as ours. Thanks to the Federal Promise and her mighty swings, we collected some suitable logs of Uyupio. What of the Abakisha? We have that as well. Yes, these are excellent samples, a goodly quantity too. At this stage, you've likely surmised that the lifting of wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, eh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes to plan, the results should be spectacular. Now, to get to work crafting these pieces for the float, I could use an assistant versed in the arcane arts to enhance Uyupio's conductivity. Then I'd be delighted to help. Everyone else should head back to Akanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is complete. Scenic route, you know? As Whatever said, the festival is really a spectacle to behold. Gathering Upio was a trial in and of itself. At first, Whatever criticized everything I did. Then he suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill the third promise and I must punish myself," and proceeded to slam his head into Uyopio tree. I told him to worry about it again, and it was like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen to the poles and the new eye. Now we have to just wait for the feathers from the twins. The lifting of wings. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. Over there, by the float. Isn't that the third promise? And the rumors are true. She's trying to compete the feat of reeds by reviving Ikihana. The festival is a prey for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? The second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the fields before leaving Akano altogether. Maybe we ask too much of our young claimants. Oh, I wouldn't be too quick to count Koana out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds, something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll get to see another of his innovations firsthand. That sounds like our Koana. One look at the reeds was all he needed to think of a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. It took some doing, but we managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Wins Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You should have seen it. He called forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for moms. We had a turn for ourselves, but it was more difficult than it looks. Poor Aaronville's twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I'm a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we brought the wood and gemstone replacements crafted by Wokevu. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remember being surprised they could even lift the thing with his hulking weight on top of it. The rider must be a person of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the dawn servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is it? Our beloved Ikihana. The lifting of wings is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wukulamat, as our guest of honor. Huh, me? This boat won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I would be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Wukulamat. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kazunoaki, where the sacred likeness of Kisahi is ensconced. What I'd like you to do is clear the path for dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. You expect me to sit still until Wokevu was finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Wokevu with the repairs. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the stride of the sun. Then we shall see to clearing it end to end. Weapons at the ready. We'll make short work of this task. If the float functions as I think it does, I would not be surprised if it were attracting the creatures. The concentration of ether would be an irresistible lure. The degree to which Wakaru pursues his interest is remarkable. Apparently, his studies of the Kozamoka region were so invigorating that he decided to move here and immerse himself in the culture. As Nuruhanu said, Kozanaki should be down this way, then off to the east when the path branches. Then something about bridges in the stride of the sun? Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once you kill all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kisaihi. I told you, you don't need to watch over me anymore. Atta girl. Ah, that's one down. At this rate, we'll soon have the route to Kozanuki secured. Now this is my kind of busy work. Ah, you were a step ahead of us. This must be the likeness of XIV, the Hanu deity of the harvest. Even their sacred images are woven with reeds. Makes you appreciate how much their culture revolves around the reed harvest, doesn't it? It's said that XIV was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Tural by the first Hanu. The Hanu migrated here from another continent? Then mayhap the two do share a common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we be getting back to Linu Hanu? He wants to know the path is safe for the procession. Right, and I need to ride on the float. I'll run ahead and tell him we're done here.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry. She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
Are you trying to be brave, little bird?
I could never have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again! This is a priceless treasure! And as festival leader, I would die to protect it!
Very well, if that's what you want.
Cha-cha!
Into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us.
But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Your scorn is sweet music. Come, weaklings. We'll crush you each in turn. Or all together, if you like.
Calm yourself, Chosen One. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre. What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Then it would be foolish to expand the effort, sweating nuts. Lucky for you. Eh.
Ugh, two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
It'll take more than that to kill me. So, are we having this festival or not?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against that two-head, well, I may as well not have been there at all. Nonsense. You stood your ground and bought us the time we needed to make it back. You were incredibly brave. Knowing the Hanu Hanu. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be a courtesy to inform the villagers that Hihana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greetings. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Ohokali. See? I remember. Kali. Thank you for letting me know. I would very much like to attend the festival, but the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. What to do, what to do. Ohokali. The festival must begin? What do you think to say? Besides, of course I'll be there. Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but the lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. Ohokali. Festival's coming soon. What? The float is fixed? Our fallen friends would be glad to know that Hihana will still be underway. They would have wanted us to honor them with celebration, not let their loss deter us from it. I must go into the festival for those who no longer can. The Han were pleased to hear the festival is going ahead, I imagine. That as well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last.
So few have come.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukevu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, Third Promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Right. Off we go.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning. It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers, a commitment to a long and fruitful friendship.
Listen well, friends! The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival! Let your shoulders burn, or your feathers fall out, but do not even think of dropping her! Ready and...
I could get used to this.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Right, we've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozaduaki!
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana. The float draws upon our life force, concentrating and amplifying the energy. Gishaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
The float really was helping the reeds.
That was amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible!
Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by the festival fever, last I saw. They were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please, feel free to look over the field and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You've got nothing to fear on that account. Our situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task. That you recognized the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce such impressive results since I was a mere chirper. We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
Connor!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assume that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity. It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Archon allies?
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. I like you even more now than I did before.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Five more to go.
And on to the next.
Not even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
Third promise? You must join us for Ihihana next season. As Dawn Servant, of course.
Right. It's back to Tulihiola for now. Thank you for having us. I look forward to seeing you all again.
These are interesting times indeed.
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
My journey has just started, and already I've met so many wonderful people. Wukevu, for one, he's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of other cultures as he is. And Linu Hanu, it warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through Ihihana, and to help others do the same. I can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come on, let's head back to Zibeltave. I believe it's that way, yeah? Feels like I'm home after a long and fun day. The Harness Festival must be as central to their traditions as the Sun Drop dance is to the Banu. I have not forgotten our obligations to Lamont, but it's moments like these when we can immerse ourselves in the cultures of others that fill me with anticipation for the new experiences this adventure will bring us. I noticed Tural was not at the Hanya village. Yet in a contest like this one, it's only a matter of time until claimants are pitted against each other in direct competition. I pray we don't cross paths with Bakul Jajan in the next feat. But even if we do, we made a good start on these challenges. Hopefully we can keep it up. When Wukamat declared her intention to save the festival, I feared where it would lead us. I'm glad to see my concerns were unfounded. Traveling with so large and diverse a group is unfamiliar to me. If you could see me now. Look at us. The contest has barely begun and we already have 2 keystones. Surely even my talented brothers aren't doing this well. We can only hope. We've now won keystones from both the feat of reeds and the feat of gold. Surely that means our approach to the contest was right one. So it would seem. By continuing to retrace Galul Jaja's journey as presented in the saga, we should find the remaining electors in turn. Then let's visit the giants next. Like Krya said, the fact that they were searching for the Golden City might mean they might do something useful. The home of Yakoi is in the upper reaches of Urgapacha. Unless you're keen on scaling the cliffs, we'll have to take a long way around, through Kozamauka. This route would take us close to the Moblin village, which is another important location in the saga. Since we'll need all the keystones eventually, it makes sense to pay them a visit while we're passing through. So, we call on the Moblins first, then let's head there right now. I'm afraid right now is going to be a problem. The flight of wingless, the great stairs leading to the Moblin settlement collapsed in the storm. What are we to do then? There is an alternative, but it requires preparation. Until it's ready, you could rest at the cabins or see more of the city. Whatever you prefer. Just to be sure, you'll accept any method of travel as long as it gets us to our destination. Of course. Who do you take me for? Then as your guide, I will see to the arrangements. Well, it seems we have some free time on our hands. Let us make the most of it. I need to get my axe repaired. I nicked the blade pretty badly when I took a swing at Bakul Jaja. That reminds me, I never got around to introducing you to Robley, did I? He's the man in charge of Wachumeki Meki, and a good person to know. Want to come along? Let's go then. ready? The markets of Mickey are to the east, on the other side of Bayside Bevy. This is Aunt T's Tacos, named for its owner here, the lovely Tisol. If you're here after the best tacos in Toyolo, this place sits at the top with Zibel Taib. You say that though, Thomas, but you only ever eat old Brukev's food. Come and buy mine for a change. Sorry, Tisol. It has been a while, hasn't it? I swear, I'll stop for a bite once the contest is over. My, the third promise. How might I assist you this fine morning? Well met, Ripley. I need to buff a nasty nick out of my axe blade. Yes, it's been chipped quite terribly. Trying to cleave rocks again, were we? Something like that. Think you can fix it? You stand among Tural's most prestigious gathering of artisans and ask this question? This is child's play. We'll have it repaired for you in 2 shakes of an alpaca's tail. Good to hear. I leave it in your capable hands. Who's your companion, if I may ask? This is Adele, a great adventurer I recruited from across the salt. I brought her here to meet you, actually. Thought she might have a reason to visit Meki sooner or later. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Ripley, humble representative of this grand center of trade. A pleasure to meet you. You there. Stop dithering in the shadows and announce your business already. I've seen that man somewhere before. He was on the boat with me, and you. A jewelry maker you met on the voyage over? Oh, I remember. I spoke with him too. Fonjaintain. Yes, that was his name. You've been loitering like a flighty admirer who can't pluck up the courage to confess his feelings. Out with it then. Why are you here? That is to say... And we're no closer to solving that enigma. I wonder if we can use someone to talk to. I say we go and ask. Let me know by link pro if you find him first. Dude, this song is fun. We gotta find Fonson Jr. apparently. Let's search the outside first and see if we can see any kind of presence of him. Although, I don't see him. He might be downstairs. And the bedroom's, maybe? Ooh. You were conversing with Master Robley. Wait, we've met before, haven't we? On the ship. You found him? Good. I'll be right there. Why did you run off like that? Did you have business with Robley or not? Please, you need to concern yourselves with my affairs. I'm undeserving of such attention. Huh? What are you going on about? Ugh, I beg of you, do not ask me to explain. Do not. Sorry, but the more you tell me not to, the more curious I become. Besides, you look like you need a friend. You are too kind. So be it. I suppose I can share with you a morsel of my misery. Before I came to Tural, I worked as a goldsmith at the most prestigious jewelry maker in all of Ul'dah, Estimates Aesthetics. Oh, it started off well enough, but as days passed, everything began to go wrong. Compared to the masterpieces of my talented colleagues, my products were lacking, mediocre. I lost all confidence. Crippling doubt had possessed me, and any veneer of bravado I tried to put forth soon cracked beneath its weight. Thus did I take ship, hoping to find a fresh beginning on new shores. Yet, as you witnessed, I lacked the courage to even approach a potential employer. You stand before a man wallowing in the wreckage of his ill-spent existence. Alright then. You offered a morsel, and then serve us a full course. You must have really wanted someone to hear your story. If you like, I could try to give you a few words of advice. Then, do you have experience with my predicament? Of feeling terribly inadequate compared to your undeniably superior peers? When you put it that way, not me. I'm Wuklamat, third promise of Tural, daughter of the Dawn Servant. Oh, of course. You remember the royal family. Please, forgive my presumptuousness. But what of you? Have you ever measured your work against that of your colleagues and find yourself wanting? On occasion. If even an ally handpicked by the third promise can feel such doubt, then what hope is there for me? I must question why I bothered to become a goldsmith in the first place. Looking back, it was my father who inspired me to take up the trade. His exquisite creations brought radiant smiles to the faces of his clients, and I admired him deeply for it. But in the course of striving to be as great a goldsmith as him, I lost sight of my original motivation. All I ever wanted was to spread joy through my craft as he did. Perhaps I will give this one last try. Thank you both for reminding me of what is truly important. What is truly important? Oh, sorry, Del. I didn't mean to ignore you. But yes, I'm glad to see Fontaine giving himself another chance. I can't help but wonder if Fontaine's going to fall through. Let's see if he's actually gone to talk to her locally. You can do this. It was kind of you to come, but you needn't worry. I found my courage. Pray, accept my apologies for my behavior earlier. My name is Fan Shantain, and I am a goldsmith from Ul'dah in faraway Erzia. I realize this is a bold request, but I should like to continue practicing my trade here in Wachimeki Meki, if you will have me. I ask only for the opportunity to bring happiness to others with my creations. So that's what it was about. You were looking for work. Consider yourself hired. Wachimeki Meki is always in need of skilled craftsmen and women. I'll handle the necessary paperwork. Can you start tomorrow? Yes, of course. I must thank you both again for your sage and timely advice. I don't know that I was all that helpful. But you were. Had you not come to speak with me, I would have not had that moment of much needed self-reflection. The arrangements have been made. Come and meet me at the entrance of High Tide Harbor. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you have my axe ready, properly? Ready and waiting. Behold, the sublime touch of a Wachimeki Meki artisan. Oh, it's as sharp and deadly as the first day I held it. Thank you. Well, good luck to you, Fan Shantain. Let me know if that doubt creeps back in. I'd be happy to talk you out of it. As for us, we should head for the harbor. Wouldn't want to keep Erinville waiting. Whatever Erinville's alternate means of travel is. I wonder if the Bayside markets have found earrings almost identical to mine. They indeed seem to be a common travel charm, just as Mablu described. All that waiting, it was making me hungry, so I tried taco from both Zel, Yavate, and Aunties. I think I prefer Tisso's spicier flavors. I went to re-examine the Toyala Saga. Should we continue apace, we shall soon come face to face, or rather face to knee, with those enormous Yakhoi. I am told some of them tower over even the hulking Gavul Jajar. Enough with the secrecy. What's this big plan of yours? Look there. That is my big plan. What is that? It's a Punuti. Should be pulling our boat upriver. How do we know she's won't thrash about and sink us instead? They're gentle and timid creatures. For the most part, she's unlikely to cause a fuss unless you give her a reason to. First alpacas, now punities. We're relying a lot on animals for this journey. We should be thankful we have an animal expert as our guide then. But it did it have to be mild nemesis? Another boat? Well, I took it for someone who was up to the challenge. Was I wrong? Long ago, When fighting still raged between the clans, the inhabitants of Kozamauka rode these riverboats to move swiftly through hostile territory. But the vessels see little use with Tural now at peace, so I was able to borrow one of the few which remained. I did consider a dirigible, but the pilots warned me that the updrafts near the falls would make landing difficult. You said you borrowed one, yet there appears to be several on the water. Koana! Lamachi. Traveling upriver, I presume? Seems that way. Does this mean you've earned 2 keystones already? I can't believe how well you've managed just by undertaking the contest alone. I was never alone. I've had my own entourage with me since the beginning. My friends. It's been, well, not that long. Thancred, Oriange, what are you doing here? Escorting a promise, the same as you. I heard much of the incomparable archons during my time at the Sessiion. As soon as the contest was confirmed, I thought who better to recruit to my cause. I contacted the Scholar who arranged the introduction to these 2 gentlemen. The second promise had specific requirements. They who would be his assistants must both proven starter skills and mastery of the arcane arts. Thus the Thancred and I received the summons. My own studies concentrated on technology, which our people could readily use, such as inventions born both of magitech or clever engineering. Where magic was concerned, I covered only the foundation. Knowing you 2, I expect you had other reasons for accepting the job? A few. The nation of Tural spans the entire continent. Depending on who wins the throne, the world may be plunged into instability once more. Ever have we striven to preserve peace? Where is our place if not here and now? We did our due diligence, of course, and made sure of who we're working with before agreeing to this endeavor. He's even more opaque than Oriange at times, but it's surprisingly. That's quite enough of that. Must be on our way. Wait, I have one question before you leave. Koana and Wuklama are vying for the throne. As Koana's entourage, does that mean you're resolved to defeat all his opponents, including us? We're sworn to do all in our power to win the contest for Koana, even if it means competing against our own comrades. We intend to hold nothing back and expect you to do the same. And we won't disappoint you. I thought you were taking a boat. Even if you have been forced to travel on water, then the others will be doing the same. I would rather walk than risk confrontation on a leaky barge with no possibility of retreat. It's true that I can't stand boats, but I trust the route Erenville has chosen for us. Leave the handling of the punity to me. Should other wildlife attack us, however, I may have difficulty keeping her under control. Do your best to draw them away as far from the front of the boat as possible. Then we shall remain on deck and stand guard, although it may be wise to have at least one of us sit up front with Erenville, just in case. I like to stay on the deck. I'm eager to put my pigments to the proof. And I'll take any chance to show you that I can hold my own on the battlefield. Then Cryo will stand guard with Adele. I'll keep Erenville company then. With my blade, I can respond more quickly to threats than Alphino. Thank you. If it breaks out, I'll try and stay out of your way. then I shall endeavor to provide aid where it is needed. I can do that as well. That should cover most eventualities. Secure your gear and board the boat when you're ready. Let the hunt begin. It's a race? There was a boat that crashed up ahead. Could that be Zaraja? Or, oh god, is it Bakul Jaja? Forget who else is on the river right now. We have company. This is so much fun. Some rain, it seems. That is Bakul Jaja ahead of us. Be ready for anything. Yes, come closer. We have something for you. A gift, courtesy of the blessed siblings. Enjoy your presence.
We mustn't hold back.
This is not going to plan. We'll have to improvise. The harness! Afraid of a fair fight? See you upriver if you make it that far. Damn it, he's broken the boat. Crippling our boat was a cowardly move. Airville, we're losing speed. We can't command the pansy like this. The harness is broken. I'm sorry, but it wasn't pull up as the thing. Got his way. We won't be going anywhere until we can make repairs. See if there's a route over land. We'll try and catch up to you later. Whoa. It's a prime wing. This is the mother. It's huge. That was like, whoa. That caught me off guard. Oh no, he's doing it again. Never look the same way again. Those monstrous lungs that creature had. Some manner of mine shafts. Whatever it is, the path leads onwards. Oh, what strange happenstance? Had some misfortune to fall on their vessel. Pops, you seem to take a long way around. Such cheek. Let's find another round. I can't believe they blocked us. What is going on? Is that me? They're mimic bots. We can't simply sneak by, can we? Not likely. Uh-oh. That's what I'm thinking it is. Quite a lot. Before they get larger. Out of the tunnels we go. That was nuts. You emerged somewhere upriver. We continue forward. Bunch of monsters are moving here. Whoa. Some What is that thing? Whatever it was, it did confront me. Uh-oh. A pion. It's the falcon we saw earlier. Might ask for a giant boot.
Are you all right?
It's you, the creature. What? Wait, the middle one. Legend sickle. Upon from the Tural. Sailor here. It's feeding again.
We mustn't fall back.
Whoa. Oh, what? Oh, it's coming back again. Whoa.
This is as far as we can go on foot, it seems. We'll have to head back and see about fixing the boat.
Hey! Everyone all right?
I was worried when I catch up to you. Those caverns we traversed were dug by the Yahui in search of their gold. Remnants of the expeditions can be found throughout this region. While I appreciate the lesson, oh wise guy, are we landing this boat anytime soon? Our river journey is almost over. For proof of that, you need only look ahead. The falls are impressive enough from a distance, but it's almost too much now. Yes, amazing. Now please let me off. No, no more boats. Oh, are you? Oh, you're not alright. I should be surprised if she was. Even without the nausea, we're all spent. There is a mountain shelter nearby, a resting spot for those who would ascend to the stairs. I'd suggest we make use of it. That would be a welcome respite. Have you the strength for a short walk, Wuklamat? We can rest along the way too. Damn it all. A promise is meant to be led from the front, not mule and moan like a sick kitten. Wuklamat. Ignore me. It's the nausea talking. I'm fine. Really. Lead on. I'll follow. Very well. But if I might say one thing, just because you're a promise of or a claimant for the throne doesn't mean you can't be seen to struggle. You needn't bear this burden alone. So please don't hesitate to talk to us. We're always willing to lend an ear. But Kyle, leaning on others is a skill that all require. You as well, Del? I've always believed this is my problem alone, but perhaps you have the right of it. Alright, I'll talk about things. Just give me a moment to collect my thoughts. Of course, as long as you need. We'll be waiting at the shelter when you're ready. I've long felt that I could never tell anyone when I was confused or hurting, that admitting to weakness would bring shame to Papa's name. But if you say you're going to listen, then there are things I'd like to talk about. Come on, let's catch up to the others. And we're back in Kozama. Look up on the other side. Wow, this area is beautiful. Now that I decided to share, I feel so nervous. This place is called Many Fires for the constant stream of peddlers and travelers who make camp here after climbing the stairs. This side of the region is so different from where the Hanu live, the striking colors of vegetation alone. It seems a cozy spot for Wukla Moth to let her guard down. I know it can't be easy for her. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. Now let's settle in. We'll need a cook fire, and there's meal preparation to be done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Servant?
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Lul Jaja is my only parent.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding, but the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did. There's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado. not fit to bear my title.
Why do you want the throne?
Why? Because my father built a nation where everyone can live in peace. And I want to keep it that way. I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses. Step by step, I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamat. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Meanwhile, in the second Promises camp.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Baldessian. And then there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If she's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I have any intention of bowing out. our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tuli Yolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better, and I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawnservant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
Meanwhile, with the first promise.
Your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see that you were born to be Dawnservant.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention, when I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all.
I wonder if the house cat is dead yet.
Be ashamed to lose a plaything, but we'd still have 2 more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuli Yolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that?
We care only about the contest and proving our superiority.
That would surely please Mother and Father.
Yes, and when we become Dawnservant, we'll drive out the weakling masses
and invite our kid to live in the city.
Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind.
My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind. I'm begging you.
Being able to say those things has brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted off my chest, and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself with that again. I want to be better. Will be better. For myself and for my people. A promise for the people, and a conclusion very well done for Chapter 1. Tune in next time we continue Chapter Part 2. Or Chapter 2 Part 1 rather. So thank you all, and I hope to see you guys then. Take care.